This is going to tug on the old heartstrings. I'm sure many of you have either given blood or you've known somebody who's given blood or even somebody who's received a donation. But what about your pets? What would you do if your dog needed a blood donation? Did you know actually that dogs can become blood donors? Well, Wendy Green from Bramhall joins us to tell us about her bearded collie, Darcey. Afternoon to you, Wendy.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Can I just say, I saw a picture a little while ago of Darcey. My heart has officially melted. Oh my goodness, what a looker.
She's an absolute beauty. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful personality. She's amazing dog.
Isn't she just? Tell us about Darcey then. What's the problem?
7 years old. If anyone knows bearded collies, they are completely bonkers. They are very bouncy and crazy animals, which are very sociable. And literally 3 weeks ago, I just felt she looked a bit weird, and her legs kind of collapsed beneath her a couple of times. And I thought, I'll get her to the vet, get her checked out. And her red blood cell count was incredibly low, so she was anemic. Obviously, lots of reasons why this could be happening. So the next day, she went in for scans, and they decided to do a blood transfusion on her because it was quite critically low, actually, a blood count at that point. So she was in hospital overnight, which was awful for me. I hated not having her with me. And the next morning, it was quite interesting because I went to pick her up one afternoon, picked her up from the vet, and I was just chatting to the vet nurse, and I said, without sounding really ignorant and stupid here, where's the blood come from? Because it's one of those things it's not on your radar. You never sort of thought about it before until moments like this. So she just said, we get it from the pet blood bank. So I said, right, didn't know that existed. Unfortunately for Darcey, she's negative, and only 30% of dogs generally are negative. Anyway, we were lucky. Obviously, we found one for the donor for the blood transfusion the day before. Anyway, Darcey, as far as we're concerned now, she is not the best of places, really, to be honest. She started some steroids and some lots of different medication. We're waiting for that blood count to creep up. I would say she's probably still on the sort of critical list, really. She's not very well dog at all. It has crept up 2% on Monday.
Right.
So we're heading kind of in the right direction. The problem we've got is that, unfortunately, she's had one blood transfusion, and we're trying to but we don't want loads of people calling saying we'll donate blood to Darcey. At the moment, we've had to close the door on it. Unfortunately, we've tested loads and loads of dogs' blood, and it's just not cross-matching properly for Darcey's blood for whatever reason. There's obviously a reason why that's happening, and we're not sure of it, and I'm not an expert. I'm not a vet. So I think she's actually been cross-matched now for this second transfusion with over 20-odd dogs, and unfortunately it keeps coming back that it's not compatible for her. So it's not just the fact that we need a dog that's negative blood. It's the next stage that needs to be compatible with her, which is where we sort of hit a bit of a brick wall. But what we're hoping now is obviously the meds will kick in and start working, because the blood transfusion for her was only going to give us some time, really, a few more days for the meds to hopefully work. So that's where we're up to. But I think what's really struck me is the fact that I didn't know this pet blood bank existed until now.
Do you know, isn't it funny? I've been a dog owner my own life. Again, never knew about it. And we spoke a little bit earlier. You're going to hear this in about an hour's time to Pet Blood Bank UK. And it is just an incredible thing that they do, isn't it? But also, I think, what a great decision by a dog owner to think, right, this is something that I can do for other dogs. And they take the dog along and, they give blood in the way that they do.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, when I was looking for a donor for Darcey to try and get some cross-matching tests done, I was inundated. Now, there is a bit of a criteria. I don't know whether the Pet Blood Bank have explained that to you, but, the dog has to be over 25 kilos, because I had friends with little, Dachshunds going, I'll donate blood, and it's like, no.
Yeah, it's like getting blood from a stone, that, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It needs to be quite a big dog. It obviously needs to be very fit and healthy. It needs to have had all its injections, etc. So, it needs to be, there is a bit of a criteria, and obviously, like I said, with especially Darcey, because she's negative, that's a bit more unusual as well. So I suppose I'm now saying to people, if you have got a big dog that's got a lovely temperament that probably would be able to cope with the blood, to be able to give blood, go and get it checked out. And especially if it is negative, that's crucial. That could really, really help the Pet Blood Bank.